Whoa! What's up, my beautiful people? What is up, everybody? This is your girl, Eric, off the Classy Climb blog. We are parked for a second. I am trying to get some errands ran and done today. Today is going to be an interesting day. If you don't know who I am Erica Williams, author of the Smartphone Millionaire book, The book, the book is all over the car. I have like 3 books back here that I am shipping out as ever. So let me see if I can grab one real quick. Hey, we are. All right. Book is Smartphone Millionaire, How to Invest in People, Businesses, and Real Estate from the Palm of Your Hand. You know how I like for you guys to do. Come in, hit a like button, come in and drop your city and state. And you guys are going to want to hear this. I had to park the car because, 1, I forgot to clean it in a little bit. But 2, because I have some really good here today. I was going to go sit back at the office, but I got too many errands to run. And what I learned today is about super teams. Now, what do I mean about super teams? When I've been calling around to double check with companies to put our trucks with certain companies, a lot of companies are young go-getters similar to myself. And they're trying to get more loads, more contracts, and they need what? More trucks, more drivers, more over-the-road drivers, more OTR drivers. And they got like open arms to both of our trucks, right? And man, it's amazing. It's amazing. Like, it made me want to go out and get 5 trucks. But I'll just put it this way. Here's some things I'm seeing, and you guys might want to take notes because some of this might go fast. Group B and Group C. I feel you. I hear you. We'll be emailing you guys later today about the truck and your documents and your draft paperwork and when our next meeting Zoom call is. So that's for those people who catch this. But here's the thing. I watched some of Glenn Cameron the other day. I watched some other people the other day. But I was driving down to San Antonio, closing on not 1, but almost 3 trucks at the same time. I closed on the first truck. The only thing I had to get done is change the tires. I was very upset about that. But we negotiated very well. So that'll be straight. And as I was there, every truck was sold out, y'all. I'm not even joking. I came to that location 3 weeks ago. I went and I was like, okay, y'all got a lot of trucks to choose from. Tell me why, y'all. Out of the 35 used trucks out there, they were all sold except for 5. And no, 7, because the other ones they weren't meeting my criteria. But I literally was sitting there like, oh my God, and this is how I want to say this and not be terribly offensive, but there were Indian guys there. They were Antigua. They were from one of the islands. They were either from Antigua or Barbados or somewhere. But they were islander. They looked black, but they weren't. There was like a Russian guy there, and then there were some Hispanic guys there. And they were buying, you guys, 2 and 3 trucks. 2 and 3 trucks. They were not buying 1 truck. They were buying 2 and 3 trucks. And when they saw me and my mom walk around, they're like, getting trucks today? Like, it was so interesting. I even took a picture the other day of a black cowboy. So the black cowboy that you see in the picture on Instagram, he owns the truck. The white guy that was there, like, kind of looking like a, blue collar dude, worked for him. Y'all, this is how I know I was in the right space. This is how I know this trucking thing is right. Not just because a lot of people are investing this way, but because the business model. Just the business model alone. And I'm really serious. If you have trucks stop for 3 to 7 days to any major city, you can shut a city down. This is why when Hurricane Katrina happened, it wasn't just that Hurricane Katrina happened. It was the fact that nothing else could come into the city. And then when you had people bringing churches and all these people bringing goods and services to New Orleans, they had to stop at certain parts because the roads were flooded. They were crowded. They were broke down cars that ran out of gas. You have to have major highways to work in the United States because of the way we've designed our food system. And this is also why HEB is doing really hardcore to just like source food from Texas, source food from farmers in the region, because it's just so much coming, you guys. You don't even understand what's about to happen. But the point is, I realized at that point, need to definitely get more trucks. Like, this is a big push for me this year. Now, some of you have been hearing some of me talk on Instagram, and the biggest thing I want to tell y'all is pay attention who's not clapping. Pay attention who's not clapping when you're winning. I want you to stop what you're doing. If you put up something like you graduated from college, you got married, something happened, pay attention who's not clapping immediately. I posted the thing about the truck yesterday on Facebook, and I have almost 200 people liking it, commenting, yeah, Erica, yeah, da 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 da. But I looked to see how many family members were commenting. I had a cousin laugh. I had a cousin like it. I had a cousin love it. I looked and see how many people that I deal with daily in this area liked it or even commented. You dig what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying? You see up and down? And if they didn't like or comment, I'm going to go, oh, you didn't see it? One, that tells you they unfollowed you on Facebook. One. Two, just pay attention. Just pay attention. When stuff starts to shift, pay attention. Because you are the makeup of the 5 people you're around the most. And when your income changes or your status in life changes, this is a lot of reasons why when you have family members, they can be serious on a business thing. Because they remember you as the little kid or as the cousin or whoever, right? Even when my mom got here, I think she was actually like, oh, for real? We for real going today? Oh my gosh. Like my mom was actually, and when my mom got there, then she started checking every inch of the truck, y'all. She like, what about this? What about this? What about this? What is this corner? What is that corner? There's a crack right there. What is that? What is that? Like she cracked me up because she got into it, y'all. She got into Sergeant Grant mode, because she used to be in the military. She won't plan. She was like, each and every spot on that truck. She was like, what about this? Where the paperwork? What's this? Right? I loved it because she got into it. But I'm telling you, pay attention who's supposed to be around you and your friends and how they, you know what I mean? Like right now, I've done a thing this year where I don't call people. I know this sounds crazy. I don't call people. I let them call me. And people may be like, oh, yeah, No, I've just stopped calling to see who's going to call back, right? To see who calls me, see who reaches out. And I've been pleasantly surprised and actually quite surprised by some people who are like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. Hey, what's going on? Keep those people, right? Because at the end of the day, those are the for real ones. And I'm a kind of person, I'm a very giving person. I'm a kind of person that I will call and I'll check in on people and I'll do all this stuff and you okay? Are you all right? How's everything going? Like I noticed that about me because I worked in sales, and I will just check on people. Even if they ain't called me a couple days, I'm like, oh, you're okay? Everything going on? And what I've done is stopped. I stopped that, got real busy with work and stepped back. And then I noticed who called me. Woo! It was a life changer. I'll just say that. This year we're going in new directions for sure. Not just on YouTube, but because some people are like, oh man, you should do this, you should do more channels, you should do this. I'm like, nah, I know what I'm gonna do. And the tide is here to show that. Like some people are getting purged off YouTube for various reasons, but also there's just 2-3 ways to do YouTube, right? Like I've gotten everything I've wanted. I've made 6 figures. I've sold courses. I've talked to people on the phone. I've done hundreds of consult calls. I've done all the things I've wanted to do here. I still want to do more, but I'm just saying I've done a bulk of what I wanted to do. Like the other day, I said, well, let me go check on some of the old comments. And I have hundreds of videos with old comments that I got to go through and respond to because it's just the way I do business. But at the end of the day, pay attention. That's all I'm trying to say. Pay attention who, when I showed that truck the other day, I literally got 50 people said, hey, can I go ahead and, what is it? 5,000, 10,000. I'll go in with you because you're for real. Because you're not just talk. So again, pay attention who's congratulating you, who's believing in you, who, says what you. Because I've got 1 or 2 people I thought, I don't even deal with anymore. But somebody had mentioned my name on Facebook and he was like, well, you should go check out Erica. She talks about this. And I was like, okay, I see you. I appreciate it. I respect that. But anyway, let me go on to the topic. We got 94 people here. You guys go ahead and hit the like button again. I think this is what I'm going to see. This is what I'm seeing from the conferences I've been to. And I don't know if you guys heard me talk about Home Depot. I don't know if you guys remember me talking about Home Depot. Home Depot has invested millions, if not billions of dollars. All of a sudden, they have all new computer systems. Now, let me keep it a buck. If you've ever been to hardware stores, they got these old ass computers, old computer systems. They ain't nothing updated. It's all like they got to search in the database. They got to teach you how to work the database. I went to Home Depot, and I've been to 7 Home Depots to check this out because I used to work at Lowe's, and I remember all back in the day. All of a sudden, they got all new computers. And peep this out. they're not just computers that you know, new cashier system. No, they're all self checkout. Every single computer they have is a self checkout cashier computer. Like every single computer. Even at the workstation, some of the computers they have there now are some that you can just touch screen it. If you're a novice and you can just touch the picture, they got that going on. So I talked to the cashier and she's a young girl. And let's be honest, if you're at Home Depot or Lowe's, the bulk of cashiers are women. The bulk of the cashier staff. Now, let me be honest. I'm going to take it back to when I used to be at Lowe's. The bulk of your problems you had at the front were the cashiers were all women. And they all were having a power struggle. And every once in a while, a male manager would be over the cashiers and he would quit. No matter what store it was, you'd have a male over the cashiers and it'd be all women. He'd just go, fuck that. Put me in another department. Let the women have that. So, with that being said, what do you think happens when you change all these cash registers over to self-checkout? You lose all that drama up front with the women. You lose all that drama with the female cashiers. You lose it. It goes away. Not, again, you still going to have people who need to spend cash. They don't want to spend card. So you still going to have a few cashiers up there. But really the cashiers are there to do what? Watch the machines. Make sure you don't steal stuff. Why am I bringing up this Home Depot thing? Because that is the bulk of where women workers work. Is the cashier section, is the customer service return section. Okay? And what you're going to have, this is just one industry. And I know people think, oh, Erica, this is just, Home Depot and Lowe's. Who cares? This is a bigger symptom. I'm going to conferences where they're talking about getting rid of certain people, certain expenses, right? When they mean healthcare expense, what's your biggest healthcare expense? It's maternity leave, letting women go home on maternity leave, and then saving their job and paying them. That stuff is the biggest expense. It just is. It's the biggest expense. And this is something they're going to try to cut back on. So what does that mean? They're going to cut back on hiring as many women in a lot of companies because, can I find a young man that I can train and teach? Yeah. I can find a young man that I can train and teach, and I don't have to worry about him asking for maternity leave or healthcare costs. I'm telling you, these healthcare costs, men don't go to doctors as much, men don't check in and stuff as much, but essentially that's a big major healthcare cost. Now, why is this important? You see this whole SNAP thing happening. You see this whole, all of a sudden, the government shut down. People are like, well, we can't process FHA loans. Well, even before we were processing FHA loans, there was a major drop in house buying. Major drop in house buying. Now, what does that mean? That means all these builders were slowing down. That means all these builders are giving out all kind of crazy things. Yes, there is father's maternity leave. It's not as long. Basically, engineers are the only people I know have huge, long, 3-month, 4-month, 5-month maternity leave, which is like my friend right now works for National Instruments, and he gets off for 4 or 5 months. Okay, but a lot of women, you're losing a position before and after, and also, do you have to hold or maintain her job? Right? There's a lot of different things to that. Right now, I know a construction company that has 7 women pregnant, and all 7 women are managers. So what happens to that company? What happens to one of the biggest construction companies in Austin, Texas, when all 7 other women on one part of the building are all pregnant at the same time? Let's keep it a buck. What happens? Now, they still got 2 more women over there, but they're older. Now, why am I bringing that up? Why am I bringing that up? Because honestly, women have 2 points in their life where they make the most money. Because I was going to go finish all the other part, but y'all, I'm going to let you finish this part. 37 to 40 is when a ton of women make the most money they'll ever make. And then it drops down. And then 28 to 30. And why are those 2 ages for women? Because it's that in-between gap where they're having babies. Right? A lot of people, after their kids are in high school and they go back to work, they love work. It gives them meaning. They have great careers. They're in their 30s and 40s. They ain't got to worry about school recitals or all that stuff because their kids are in college. So companies don't mind hiring those women. And the funny part about the company I'm talking about, all the women are over 35. So when they made the managers, they thought, hey, these chicks are older. We ain't got no problems. Oh, sorry. The way the society's going, women are having children later. So now all your older women managers that you hired because they were older women are all pregnant. Okay? So I just want to bring that up. Okay? And then men, 35 to 45 is their big, big earning years. A lot of times you hear these guys complaining about women or whatever stuff, but when they get about 35 to 37, they making bank. You're making about as much money as you'll make in your life. Now, why is this a scary thing and a good thing? If you're a 35-year-old to 40-year-old man, or 35-year-old to 40-year-old woman, and you are not making a lot of money, what you're going to have to do to make a lot of money is going to be, Grant Cardone says 10x, baby, you're going to need 20x. You're going to need 20x, 30x, because you are setting your future. You are setting the table for your future at this point. Now, many people say, well, Erica, man, I got this or that going on. Well, let me tell you, 35 to 40, this is when you need to set the table. Shit, if you 25 right now watching this channel, I mean, if you 28 right now, you need to set the table, right? But this is a big thing. I'm trying to get y'all to see this is a big shift coming in our society, and I really see a bulk of women leaving the workforce in various ways, right? I told you homeowners, stay-at-home moms went up 13% over the past 10 years. And then 100,000 black families are doing homeschooling all of a sudden. This is going to increase. This is just going to increase. So, but in order for you to make the money for you to live that life and stay home, yeah, you're going to have to put the works in. Now, I see a lot of people leaving major cities. It just is what it is. It's the taxes. They've already predicted it. They're writing article after article on it. The tax season has already predicted it. These people are leaving and moving. New York is the number one. Number two is California. But here's what happens. Here in Austin, they have this area where they're building these huge homes, and they're like $500,000. And I'm like, who in Austin is buying that? Even tech and engineer folk can't buy that. It's not them. It's people coming from California. It's the CEO of startups and companies. They're coming. A lot of these homes in Georgetown and Round Rock have offices in them. Why? Because the rise of people working from home is going to go up. The rise of people moving out of these big cities and coming there is going to go up. Just period. Okay. Now you see a lot of places saying, well, they're hiring everywhere, Erica. And I'll tell people in Austin, yeah, you got a lot of $10 an hour, $10 to $12 an hour jobs hiring everywhere. But who that lives in expensive Austin want to work $10 to $12 an hour? Now what you're gonna see is people shift to that. Now I'll give you a prime example. My neighbors, before I moved, because I did move down. My neighbors, the dude was freelancing. The girl was working full time. Homegirl got pregnant. Now they cohabitating. They ain't married. Let's keep it a buck. I talk to them. I see them carrying up baby stuff. I'm like, oh, congratulations. I see rings. I go, oh, double congrats. Yeah, we just went ahead and got married. Okay. And we having a baby. Okay. And he went to work full time. See how that change just happened? Now they moved in together, probably to save rent. He freelancing. They live in good life. Their cars are paid off. He works on cars a little bit. And all of a sudden now he has a full-time job over at the dealership, fixing cars in the car park. And she basically starting to scale down because why? She's going to be having a baby. And they're in a tiny 1-bedroom apartment. Tiny, y'all. Trust me. I was like, how y'all staying over there? Anyway, that's just what you're going to see a lot more of, period. You're going to see a ton more of that. But you're going to see people who are like, oh, I ain't going to work there no $10 to $12 an hour. Look at the Google. Oh, crap, you guys. Google Street View just got me, y'all. Google Street View. I'm not even shitting you guys. Google Street View just drove by. The car with the triangle on it. Anyway, sorry, distracted. But anyway, the reason why I bring that up is Michael said he played himself. Hey, oh, it's so funny. When I saw it, I was like, hopefully I got caught on camera. I appreciate it. The reason I bring that up is you're going to see more of it. People crack me up. Everybody keep playing like, nah, nobody's getting married out here in these streets. Nobody's doing that, Erica. Listen to me. When 2008 happened, in 2009, marriage licenses. This doesn't mean people just saying they got married on the internet. This is actual marriage licenses where they fill out the paperwork. Went up 25% in 1 year. 1 year after the recession. So what do you think happens in the next recession? What do you think happens? Even if people live together and they don't get married, it's going to go up. It's going to go up. And people can sit here and be on the internet like, nah, man, red pill rage, man. Okay, dude. Trends are trends for a reason. Trends are trends for, if you're a high value man, that means you're making a ton of money. There's somebody looking for you. If nobody looking for you right now, that means something. You know what I mean? Just put it out there. If no one's checking for you, baby, you need to go make some more money, right? And again, rent here in Austin. One bedroom downtown, 1,800. One bedrooms up north, 1,300. Okay. Two and three bedrooms on the first floor, 1,700 to $3,000. So who's living there? You dig? And people keep saying, Eric, I don't know why people buying houses. Nobody's gonna buy houses. If your mortgage on a house in some parts of Pflugerville and Leander is gonna be 1,300, but for you to live in an apartment, a nice apartment, 2-3 bedroom is $2,000-3,000. What they gonna do? What they gonna do? They gonna get a house. They gonna get a house. You dig? You dig? You follow? You follow what I'm putting down? I hope y'all follow. I see y'all got comments. I'm not ignoring y'all comments. I just have a lot to get through today, and I ain't even gonna like front. Like, I have to get through this conversation today. I just have to. Okay. So it's 138 of y'all here. It's 52 likes. Let's at least get the likes up. Okay. Next part that was on my list. Push to the edges. Okay. Now, SUV and car sales were up. Every other car sale was down. Yes, congratulations, Made 5. He's a high value male. He's a business owner. He's getting married. Alvin Hollinger. Marriage getting back to its business roots doesn't mean the sincerity is going up, so the asset holders either better be smart or find supportive mates. I mean, you know, here's the thing, Alvin. And I think Glennon said this too one time. I've seen people marry people that they didn't necessarily love each other, but that woman respected that man and grew to love him. I'm just saying, I've seen marriages where there was a lot of respect. I'm not going to say they were super affectionately over the top, but a lot of respect. And I can dig that. I can respect that. Listen, I've had Indian neighbors. We got a friend who goes to our church, and even though he's Christian, his parents still were able to reach back into India and get him a wife. Now, I don't know about them, but like, they take her to church, but she don't seem to be a Christian. She seems to still be a Hindu or whatever you want to call it. But she goes to church with him every Sunday. She don't talk no smack. But they still reached back and got him a wife. Okay? And even though they're Christians. And so that culture matters. It's a very, you know, and she's very respectful. She's a nice girl. Super nice. She's like, oh, I totally want to go work out and stuff. And I'm like, you know, because that's a very American thing here. And I'm like, yeah, girl, you can come work out with all the other girls. You know what I'm saying? James Stokes. I know a lot of young blacks that are getting married. Both of them have careers. Yeah. Yeah. And people are getting married later. So look, there's a company called Mucho Let a Bride. Marriage is $1 billion industry. Don't get it twisted. Don't let these silos on the internet fool you that people ain't out here getting married. Let me put it to you this way. I've had not one, not two, not three, but 7 different people who are all in business with me and talk with me and different stuff like that. Go, Erica, we gotta get you married, girl. What's going on? We all done got married. I be laughing, but I'd be like, all right, mind your business. Don't get slapped. Okay. So, but that's the thing. These groups, these top 20%, these top 30%, everybody in the clique the same. Just keep it a buck. Married, business owners, investors, they all married. Let's keep it a bug. You don't see these lone wolves that people keep trying to portray on the internet. Like there's these lone wolf millionaires out there, just strippers all around them on their yacht boat. That's not real. That may be Instagram life, but from what I'm seeing out here at these events, at these conferences, at these real estate events, usually, even if he ain't married, he has a person on his arm. Again, 92% of all millionaires, are married. So 92%. So when these women out here looking for millionaires, okay, honey, you looking for like an 8%. You looking for like 8% that's single. Unless you're trying to steal somebody's husband, which I don't recommend. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not right. Congratulations, Sean just got married in April. I mean, you can do anything by yourself. Again, I don't want to make this too overly religious or to make people feel bad. Or whatever your situation is, it is. And this guy made this comment. You know, I remember my grandpa used to say, women are like salt. It just enhances. It's just a spice. It enhances. It is flavorful. It enhances what's already there. You dig? Does that make sense? Like you should be salt. Christians, they say Christians should be salt. They say women should be salt. You should be not a negative thing, not a liability, but an asset. You dig? So when you're out here in the world, are you an asset to people? Do people view you as an asset? What do you bring to this equation? You dig? So I don't want to go too deep in that rabbit hole, but I just want to make that very clear. Okay. Two heads better than one kind of thing. But I'll leave that alone. But this is what I'm seeing. The reason I keep saying these numbers are going to be reflective. Yes, be salt, not salty. There you go. Women are salt. But we just enhance. I didn't get to see that the other day because I've been busy so much. But I'm gonna go check his video out. But again, we just enhance a situation. And honestly, I see people. Yep, too much salt can kill you. Okay, too much sweet sugar from the ladies will kill you. Okay, it might kill you. You're right. That's correct. But I mean, that's just, you know what I'm saying? That's just is what it is. And so what I seen between the habitation, even when I worked as apartment manager, this is 5 years ago. When I was apartment manager, y'all, I saw people move in together. Next year, they split apart. They either split apart or somebody was pregnant. It was crazy. I was like, oh, damn, this is crazy. So you had to pay attention. You had to pay attention to what, pick wisely, choose wisely. So again, why do I see that? Because the cost of living, the cost of housing, people are going to live together, but people are also going to be pushed to the edges of the city, right? You will be moved. Even though Jason Black, I don't always agree with everything he says, that whole gentrification movie, you will be moved. Berry Farms in DC, this place that was terrible, had terrible news all the time, they gave you a voucher and told you to leave. They didn't say, here's a voucher for you to come back when Berry Farms is brand new and shiny. Here's a voucher for you to leave. And then we're going to make this place new. And you ain't going to live here. You dig? So pay attention. So the ghetto areas, they're going to be pushed out. Even when I was on the video with Charm City Buyers and I was asking them about that one area, they're like, oh, we don't hear much about it. I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to the poor people in Baltimore. Are y'all moving over there? Yeah, we moving over there for better schools. I'm going to invest in that area then. Because that's where you're going to move. Because you're looking for cheap rent, and I would love to be an investor there. You see how you gotta be peeping the noise. You want to be inside the city where things are gonna be expensive and you can make your money, but you also want to be out there because some of these people gonna move out there and they ain't never gonna buy nothing. They ain't never gonna buy a house, even if they can do no money down here in Texas. I to this day cannot understand how I meet hundreds of black people in Austin, Texas, who grew up here their whole life. You go, why don't you have a house? Oh man, I'm like, it's no money down in like a bajillion places. But you've been here your whole life, your whole family been here. None of y'all own a house in Texas? What y'all doing? That don't sound right. That numbers don't add up, okay? That math is funky, all right? So again, why am I bringing all this up? I just see massive layoffs. I see it in women-related jobs. I see tech and blue-collar skills more than ever. Right now, they can't get enough truckers, right? A lot of companies make you have to be driving for 2 years. But who's your hungriest guy trying to drive? The guy who just started driving. He hungry, okay? 2-3 years in, it just depends on what that guy want to do. But blue collar skills, apprenticeship skills, being able to fix things, being able to make things work. I'm telling y'all. Again, what do I see different here about Austin than I see in other cities like Nashville and like Alpharetta, Georgia, and Miami and different places? People who have low debt can do whatever the hell they want. Let's keep it a buck. If you got low debt and you want to start a company, you can do it. Period. You want to start trying to get all these loans and business credit cards, you got low debt, you can do it. So when people make fun of Dave Ramsey's whole pay your debt off, I'm not saying pay off your rental properties. I'm talking about pay off them credit cards. Pay off them student loans. Get that crap out of here. The slow-mo guys reside in Austin. Who are the slow-mo guys? Put the information in there. Having options, yeah. All right. So if you saw some of the description I wrote, I talked about the future of super teams. Thank you, AM1. What's up? Low debt is what made you make it through the last recession. Peep that. See, when you got this high debt, what people don't understand is when you have this high debt, these houses, these cars, and you don't make a good plan, if something go wrong, if one thing in the equation go wrong, you got to go to work immediately. You got to go find money immediately. But when your debt is low, I know people here in Austin, dude's got 2 rental properties and an apartment. All his other shit's paid off. And he be chilling. He be chilling, y'all. And people be like, oh man, some of us got a real job. They be making that joke to him and he be like, okay, you sure do. Like, it's very funny to me because even the other day somebody was like, well, some of us have real jobs. Like, the way YouTube pay me, this is my damn job. So, slow motion dudes. Okay, got you. But I see it, right? I keep seeing partnerships. Look at Grant Cardone, right? Because a lot of people don't got as much money as y'all think. Grant Cardone broke his neck trying to get unaccredited investors because there's only so few people who are accredited. Even now, the reason I did the partnership the way I did, I was like, look, don't come over here unless you got 5 to 10K, because somebody at 5 to 10K, they've been putting their money away. They've been investing. They've been stacking. They are ready. They are prepared. If you don't got 5K sitting in your bank account, I'm not saying you aren't prepared. I'm just saying you need to do the other 5,000 steps in between there. You need to invest in all the other little apps and deals and things I was talking about to even get there, right? And that's important. That's really important. But I see the super teams. I see the LeBron James super team. That is what is going on in business right now. That is what's going on in investments. As soon as I post that picture, oh man, thank you, Daniel Parker. Well, as soon as I post that picture of that truck, I had about 20 people reach out. Yo, got the money. What's up? Let's partner. Then I had another 10 people reach out. Yo, I've got deals in real estate. Come on over here. Come on over here, right? Bring your money, bring your people. I'm going, okay, hold on. We're going to focus on these trucks first, and then I'll get back to you. Because if you got deals, you should have deals next month, and the month after that, and the month after that too. You dig? So again, let's make smart moves. I'm just telling y'all what I see. Even on YouTube right now, the 4 or 5 dudes that I was like, these dudes are in a partnership. They keep mentioning each other. They keep going to events together. Pay attention. You got to pay attention to what's going on. Listen, when I went to that semi truck, and I'm telling y'all, out of 37 semi trucks, they're all sold except for 5. Somebody got money out here. People are partnering together. That's what they're doing. I'm telling y'all, people, get in where you can. If you ain't got money to get in with me, get in with somebody. Go Tide Capital, go Money Mandu, Black Seed Fund Group, go. There are groups forming, and I don't know if y'all can see this, but I read so much news every day. I think that, and I read business news, not financial news, not gossip. I'm talking about actual financial news daily, that I see these partnerships. You know, the Kardashians wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for, what's his weird name? Ryan Seacrest. Ryan Seacrest is an executive producer on everything almost the Kardashians have. Everybody act like her mom did everything by herself, but look, let me tell you, baby, Ryan Seacrest put his foot on that. Hey, Brandon Harris, you can invest on Group B or Group C. It's up to you. Let me know. But I'm telling you, you gotta pay attention, y'all. They're lining up. People are partnering up, and you have to make a decision. What are you going to do here? Now, I get it. Some of us are stubborn. But again, I really see it 80-20, and I'm gonna tell y'all what the 80-20 is right now, because then you'll understand what I'm talking about, the partnering. So 80-20 is how I see a lot of America. 80% just want to work, pay bills, be weekend warriors, barbecue on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, watch some football, chill. You don't want to they don't want to think too hard, don't want to do too much. They just want to have a good, you know what I'm saying, boom, 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 right? Boom, boom, boom. Keep it simple. Keep it moving. Now, in this 80%, will these guys go get higher paying jobs, go get more certifications, go back to college? Watch. You guys keep talking about the college debt bubble. Well, wait till there's a recession. All these people are going to go back to college and get them student loans that we keep talking about don't go get. They did it last recession. They do it this time. These same people that can't pay the student loans now, that's what they're going to do. I've seen people do it. When there was a recession last time, they went back to college and kept getting that money from Uncle Sam's titty and just using that money to live off of. So again, that's that 80%. Most people are falling into that. That 20% in America, a lot of immigrants fit in that 20% and a lot of business owners. Now let me break that 20% down. Immediately cut that 20% in half. All right. So let's do the 10%, the first 10% in that 20%. These people are business owners, big investors, people who are interested in starting their own little companies, own little businesses, franchise owners. This 10% is the people I went to private school with. The private school in Kentucky, those kids, those are the 10%. Their parents are the 10% that make so much money that they're willing to pay $2,000 a month for their kid to go to a private school in Kentucky. Why? Because Kentucky is very poor. So if you're going to be at that school, you're going to have some money. You ain't going to slide through the door with a little bit of money. You got to have some money to get to that school. You dig? And the kid, every year they'll have 1 or 2 minority kids at that school. One right now is a biracial black boy. The year before they had a Middle Eastern guy. And he got treated so bad. He got hazed so bad. His parents moved him out of that school to another private school. Okay? It's as close as an all-white school as possible. 500 boys. And listen, y'all will never miss me say, I think we should have more all-boys schools. Not like those kids, but we should have more all-boys schools, because those boys are going to have a different energy. It's going to be a different environment at a school. You've even seen all-girls schools, completely different energy, completely different environment, much higher grades. It's in Brooklyn and New York, those schools that if you follow some of the stuff they're doing, when it's all boys and all girls, the focus is different. The fights are less. The drama is less. Yeah, you have some drama between the kids, but again, different mentality. You can train those kids better. So that's that 10% you see. That 10% that can afford to send the kids out expensive private schools. That 10% that can do the homeschooling. That 10% that are making high income. That's that 10%. That's that, like, I would say 100,000 a year to 300,000 a year people, because you got dentists and you have doctors and you have pharmacists that fall in that category, but like they ain't rich, but they that 10%. Okay, so what's the next 10%? Okay, that next 10% you gonna have to split it in half. I'm gonna say that 5% is like the super rich, right? Really, everybody says 1%, but it's like 5% and up. Super rich, Hiltons, all those people. You know, the rich of the rich, right? Because you got to keep it in mind. Even though Kim Kardashian family made all that money, Kim Kardashian worked for Paris Hilton. Okay, so let's put that in context. Her dad's one of the most paid lawyers in all of the whole USA. If there were Johnny Cochran, but she worked for Paris Hilton. Put that in perspective. Put that in perspective. Her stepfather is an Olympian, speaking on stage every day, every other week, or every other conference. She still had to work for Paris Hilton. So that's that extra 5%. Okay. Then that 5% between is those hedge fund kids, those startups, those, stock market, those people that live in New York, the people that work with the stock market, the second generation, college kids, all that stuff like that. So again, if I had a piece of paper, it'd be better. But most of us, if you're with me, you're going to be in that 10%. That's where I'm aiming at. Kids go to private school. I live in a certain neighborhood. I live in a certain place. That 10%. Okay. That makes sense, everybody? But so when you talk and when you have these ideals, a bulk of people would rather go to work, have weekends off, somebody else do. Even my friend the other day was making a joke talking about, yeah, I'm off till April. And I'm like, yeah, but again, like, you're here, your income is here. You know what I mean? And investments make the difference. Right? So that doctor and that dentist, like, I know a couple people right now who are dentists and eye doctors. Now they only make about 150, 200,000. Staff, you got to have staff on top of that too. Staff help make it better. Partnerships. Even there's doctors and dentists partnering together to get practices. You see it all the time. There'll be 2 eye doctors at one practice, 2, 3 dentists at one practice. They're partnering. Okay. Do you see how that works? Partnering. Now, in that combination, the difference between those friends I know that are doing well and travel every other month is investments. Period. Investments. What is going to pull you out of that? Investments. Again, my friend that everybody keeps acting like he ain't got no real job and he just have 2 rentals and he got out of the military and he chilling. Investments. What is the bulk of his day? He work out. He tinker on ideals because he has ideals he want to patent and stuff like that. He tinkers on ideals, but the bulk of his day is whatever he makes it. So I just want y'all to see that, because I think when I talk on this channel about it, I don't think people, yeah. What up? The I quadrant where the rich labs live. Yeah. Yes, I did. Alternative financial message. I did see it. But yeah, if you guys kind of the flow of that, I hope you guys got all that, what I was trying to say, but that's what I see. I see the future of it is super teams. It's super teams in investing. It's super teams in projects. Right now, there's 2 people who reached out to me. They're trying to invest in a hotel. Another person's trying to invest in, what is he trying to buy? It's an apartment. But what I'm saying, out of those 2, when I looked at it, okay, why were they talking to me? Oh, my mom's former military. Military get a certain amount of type of financing. It's many levels to this. There's many levels to this. So, you guys, don't sleep on it. So, Let me see some of your comments. I didn't mean to ignore y'all, but right now, even the MLK Day thing, somebody was bringing up, oh, MLK, they love bringing up all the passive speeches. But if you don't pay attention, MLK's biggest speeches were about economic opportunity. The day he said, you know what we do? We take our money and put it in black banks and black insurance companies. And I want y'all to do that too, because that's my next, kind of his next thing he was going to do. And guess what? He got killed the next day. So go watch that speech. Go stop what you're doing at some point today and go look at that speech. Also look at the speech where he says, we're coming to Washington to get our check. You know, y'all gave these land grants out to these people, these white people. You done gave all this stuff. We want economic equality. He didn't care about you having a white girlfriend or me having a white boyfriend or none of that mess. He didn't care about none of that mess. Cared about economic opportunity. Like, you may not like me, but don't block my economic opportunity. Okay, so that's why I want y'all to pay attention. And honestly, money is green, because when I first started talking about these trucks, the first 10 emails I got were from Hispanic people. So to all my Hispanic people watching the channel, that's what's up. Thank you. I saw you. I appreciate you. You don't always comment, but I feel you, and I'm okay with that. Like, I see you. Let's get about that green. So I just always want y'all to pay attention. Like, people care about that green. Okay, let's keep it. Money is green in Houston. You know, people make fun about Houston being ghetto, but guess what? They have some of the highest numbers of business owners of every race in Houston. The highest gun ownership and highest business ownership. But you know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it a buck. Let me see what else y'all got in here. Somebody just told me they're going back to school for nursing. Erica Nicole, that might be the best thing she ever do. If she can't think of nothing else to do, let her go back to school for nursing. Because you could be a nurse till you're daggone 90 and your legs don't work, barely work. Whatever, Frankie. Thank you, Frankie Robinson. Yeah, and see, look, Frankie Robinson, I posted in the, if you guys looked on my channel in the commentary section, in the community section, I posted a woman's channel. Now, she is very, I'm not going to say she's shallow. I don't know her personally, so I can't her. But she is like, how do you get rich men, right? How do you get these very, go-getters in society? And she was saying, honestly, you have equal chances of plain Jane, what she would call plain Jane. Why? Because somebody who is let's be honest, Paris Hilton is not attractive in the face. Paris Hilton is very skinny, but she's not attractive in the face. People have said it over and over again. But Paris Hilton comes from what? The Hilton family. Even though all these years Paris Hilton acting a damn fool, showing herself, falling out, passed out, drunk, somebody from another wealthy family still married her. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a combination. It's a pedigree of who you are, like all these things. Lady Gaga is married to an actor, a very good-looking actor. She's very Jewish. She has very Jewish nose. I'm scared the video might get flagged for that. But y'all just don't understand. It's a pedigree thing. It's a who you are thing. It's not always like, I want a hot model. That's what the lower 80% do. The top 20% ain't caring about that. The top 20% are like, who's your family? Where are you from? Da, 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 da. It's a different conversation. So, again, you want to get out of the 80%. Because I just see a lot of compromise. I'm going to be careful what I want to say, but I see a lot of compromise. If you don't own a business in the next couple of years, or you don't have investments, even if, let's say you say, Erica, I love my job, I love what I do, boo. If you love your job, I want you to stay there. But if you don't have no investments and that job cut the cord next year because of budget cuts or whatever, like there's one girl on YouTube, she says her job cut her even though she'd been there for 5 years and doing great performance, just because they had to do cuts. So she had to hop in the Uber. Now, she isn't a person who was reckless, but guess what? They still can come cut you. So what makes the difference? The investing. And I hope many people call me and email me and say, Erica, you sound very repetitive in your videos. There's a reason. I'm trying to get you to see that these are some of the ways out. The top 4: business ownership, stocks, real estate, and tech. Okay. Again, a lot of people say, well, Erica, but what about real estate? If there's a recession, I can wait and buy up more property. Not if you're not in the game now. How are you going to find the discounts? How are you going to find the financing? Who's going to connect you? Listen to what you're saying out loud. It don't make no sense. You can do anything by yourself. You need a team. Oh, yeah, I hear all that. Oh, let's keep it a buck. folks with money, their merit rates are the same. They did not go down. Just keeping it up. I saw y'all had different questions in here. Made 5. Everybody congratulate Made 5 when you see them. What else? All industries are looking to limit human bodies. I work in the medical field. They are constantly cutting staffing. They are also eliminating full-timers and only hiring part-timers. Listen, when I go see old nurses at a job, I always ask, why don't you go teach? Like when I ask them, why don't they teach? And that's when nurses that are big-time nurses put me on game, including my aunt. Erica, I'm making $90,000 a year as a nurse. Why would I stop making $90,000 a year to go teach people to be a nurse and make $60,000 a year? You want me to cut $30,000 out of my salary to go teach nursing? No, I'm gonna save that for when I'm real old. I was like, I laughed because this woman is like 65. So she waiting until she like 80 to teach nursing, okay? You should scale your business in event of maternity leave. Michael Ward, I'm already scaling right now. If y'all haven't noticed me changing on this channel, then you ain't paying attention. Oh, man. Anyway, let me go. What other comments y'all have? I'm going to check them out and then I'm going to roll out because I literally have a ton of phone calls to do. But you'd be surprised when I got this truck and I'm making phone calls. It's just smaller companies trying to get bigger. And I'm like, okay, I like it. No investments, job cuts equal SOL. Facts, AM1, investing. Rob Carpenter, which guy? I had Kareem Baldwin on. I had another dude on. Ooh, they cut 51 people where I worked last week. Shauna, ooh. Bill Gates married a plain Jane from a wealthy Texas family. Look at him now. I'm telling you. Restructuring, they said. Government shutdown following corporate. Slower to restart contracts each year. Houston ghetto. Houston is to the world. When Harvey hit, the oil refineries were down 3 days and the world lost money. Facts, 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 Angela East. I'm telling you, and the people that say it, I always look at them like, okay, you don't got no real estate. You ain't got no investments. You don't know what you're talking about, Houston's ghetto. I always have to, when someone says something, you have to look at them and think on it for a minute. Right? And people be willing to be called silly. I've had people call me silly. And I just laugh because I'm like, I make 3x more than you. And I'm probably going to own an apartment building before you do. So who's really silly? Who's really silly? Right? Who's going to Grant Cardone's 10x and going to meet 3 different millionaires when I get there? Who's really silly? Let's keep it a buck. Okay? You're like, Erica, you doing videos in your car? Who's got time to do it? I do. I got time today. Do you got time? No, you don't. All right. Stocks, real estate, tech. I'm telling you, global is real. AM1, Erica, do you think some people put relationships as a higher priority before investments, future building? Yes. But these are, and AM1, here's why. I talked to some women who are, I think this girl's like 29, and she's freaking out. She's like, I don't have a boyfriend. Oh my God. Like, she literally now is taking, like, her job even gave her a promotion because they're like, you're starting to be very serious at work. Here's your promotion, right? And you know why she said she got serious at work? Because she realized she might not get married. Oh my God, I might have to take care of myself. So a lot of these people you see, like right now, I joke all the time about the homosexual thing, but there's a video going viral of this dude who is taking his TV down the street with no shoes on and no shirt. He's like, I'm taking my damn TV, you cheating on me. And the woman's like, why you gonna take the kids' TV? Them ain't my kids. Them are your kids. This is my TV I paid for. And I'm laughing, but I understand. He's like, you wait for my dad to come pick me up. So this man, 1, don't got no car. 2, ain't got his shoes on right now. 3, he's waiting on his dad to pick him up in a car to pick up this TV that's huge, and he's carrying it away from her house. So what was that man's priority? His priority was doing what? Not getting out of his dad's house, not getting a job, not getting 2, 3 jobs so he wouldn't be in this position, but having stuff. So again, priorities are the big thing here. People put a lot of priority on relationships over having their stuff together. And here's what happens. I get a lot of phone calls from people who they kind of working hard, then their wife or their girlfriend get pregnant, and now they got to put the gasoline on their work effort. All of a sudden, they freaking out. Now, I think you cannot be a fully inflated tire. if that makes sense. You guys get the metaphor. If some part of your life is deficient, if you're, let's just say you're a hermit and you're a wealthy hermit, that some part of your life is deficient. I think friendships have a place. I think community has a place, and I think a significant other relationship has a place. I just really do. I think I'm a legacy person, so I'm big on family and kids. I'm a legacy person. I believe Oprah, as great as she is, she don't have no legacy. She got some stuff, her name gonna be on it, but who her kids? Who's fighting for her legacy? Reginald Lewis. Reginald Lewis has a Filipino wife who became the most wealthy Filipino in the United States and is one of the biggest creators of the Filipino Business Association. Nothing wrong with that. That's her people. But her husband was black, and his big thing was about being black. So what's his legacy? Yes, his children volunteer. Don't get my comments like his children volunteer and do stuff and they have charities. Yeah, but what was their daddy's legacy? Do you see what I'm saying? You got to be careful what I'm saying. If you follow what I'm putting down, I'm a big legacy person. There's a wealthy man out of New Orleans, one of the wealthiest black men in New Orleans history. He was a multimillionaire before there was a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't have no kids. He took care of his sister and her son. Oh, his widowed sister. I don't mess the story up. But essentially, when he died, they actually, a race riot took his school out. He paid all this money to build a school for Negroes so they could have a nice side of town to be on. And a race riot in 1900 in New Orleans came and burnt it down. One of the nicest schools in the area. They figured they can't have it, you ain't gonna have it. So again, I'm a legacy person. I believe relationships have place. I believe some of the folk out here, if you're telling me you're as great as you think you are and you deserve a hot model, you better have some money to get that hot model wife. Because there's some women I know for a fact, homegirl gets like $50,000 in allowance from her husband. She don't work, she stay home with the kids, but every month he got her a check, and her first of the month gave her a check. Now he owns a business here, and it's literally an AC. It's like air conditioning units. They put in air conditioning units. It doesn't look like it's a huge company, but it is. And he gives her about $4,000 or something like that a month. That's just her money. Okay, so people, be careful what you ask for. You want a supermodel, you want a Gisele Bundchen, you either gonna make Gisele Bundchen money, or you're gonna have to go overseas and pull you a Gisele Bundchen over to America, which then she might not stay with you. So let's keep it a buck. But yeah, people got their priorities out of whack. I didn't mean to go on a rant. Austin, Texas versus San Francisco. We don't smell like pee. San Francisco smells like pee. I'm sorry. It just does. In some parts, it smells like pee-pee. 450 being qualified inspectors getting laid off this year. Ooh, Boeing inspectors. I was like, did she say boring? My job moved us around and fired other when they ran out of money. You can't live off one stream. It's too dangerous. Don't know if you ever touched on it, Erica, but what do you think about Uber freight business? We're going to touch on that another day. I got an email from Fundrise. I got my dividends. French Quarter smell like pee and everything else bad. That's funny. They didn't get the memo. You can't take money with you. Facts. I'm big on legacy too. I'm telling you. Hella late in the game. Imagine that, having your own. Yep. Remember people camped out? Petty moment. Okay. Homosexual is real. It's for real. I mean, he was literally, y'all, walking down the street with a TV, and she like, where are you going? She was almost laughing. Like, where are you going? And I'm not gonna listen. She sounded like she was a white girl in the hood with mixed kids or something. It was so hilarious. I just had to stop. How do I promote my book? Various ways: email, marketing, pictures on Instagram, giveaways, get interviewed on people's classes. Okay. My job pays no money, treats their associates like children. The turnover rate is high. They were threatened to fire and write up every day. Good Lord. A lot of people shoot videos from their car. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, yeah, I'm just saying. Anyways, look, I'm going to roll out. I'm done. I just had to do that. I got to go clean my car and then get on the phone with 2 more people about my insurance. So, woo, y'all have been fun. Y'all have cracked me up. Exactly. TSA workers delivering pizzas. Listen, here's my thing on the TSA workers. Y'all had that stank attitude last month. Keep that same attitude, okay? Keep that same energy you had last month being a TSA worker. Keep that same fire. Keep that same stank attitude. Keep it moving. Don't act brand new because you're not getting paid now, okay? Listen, I read this girl, Tanisha Barnes. She has a skincare company, and she's got a for real skincare. She don't just sell shea butter. Like, she gets her stuff from overseas, manufactured in the thousands, okay? Like, she's got stacks on stacks. She was saying when she flies all the time to Jamaica, there's this one, what you would call their TSA worker. Every time black people come through the line, she make them come out. Like, she'll make them come out, or she'll make them go back and get their bag reweighted. Like, she's just doing petty stuff. And she said, what she finally realized? That's the only space in that woman's life that she has some kind of authority. And she said, instead of being angry with her, all of a sudden her heart felt sorrow for this woman, because that's the only place in her life where she can come and be, I guess, a jerk to people, right? And that's what's happening. That's what you see out here. People go to work, and that's the only place where they can act a fool. So, I mean, I'm just for real. So this is why this is the same thing with cops. This is the same thing with principals at high schools and teachers. This is the one place in their life they have some authority, and this is what they do. So again, if I were you, if you watch this channel, I hope you're creating a place in your own life where you have authority and where you command respect. But the future's here. Super teams, the rise of super teams, the rise of super team investors. All this is the top 20% segregating themselves hard and fast. They're getting away from everybody else. And that's what they're doing. That's all that's happening right now. Everybody that I checked on this particular list one time they were all people that were married. One or two, a couple of them weren't married, but they were all making really high money, and they were trying to get away. Like, Erica, how can we invest bigger, faster? Let's go. Because I'm telling you, that's the move. That's the move. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know we went a little around the crazy parts of some of the conversation, but I'll have the video. I'm trying to edit it on my computer, but my computer is like not really having it. I'll edit the video from the truck purchase, but the time is now, you guys. Pay attention. This is your girl.